Understanding Sociability by Sue Sternberg. In this DVD, we will be looking at sociability in dogs by studying common responses to the 4 sociability tests in Assess-A-Pet, a shelter dog temperament test. For more information on Assess-A-Pet, visit www.greatdogproductions.com or www.animalsforadoption.org. From all my years of temperament testing, I have found that sociability is, by far, the most important aspect of observing and understanding dog behavior. This is for so many reasons. The most sociable dogs get adopted the quickest. The public seems to self-select the friendliest dogs. The more sociable the dog, the more committed to the dog an owner tends to be. Owners of highly sociable dogs with behavior problems usually stick it through and work with the dog. Owners of less sociable dogs with the same behavior problems are less likely to live with and work with the problem. It seems that the more a dog gives back in companionship, the stronger the bond. Sociability and friendliness appear to act as a buffer against some types of aggression. For the dog that merely tolerates petting or isn't internally rewarded by praise or soft eye contact from a human, almost any type of handling can be considered unpleasant and is more likely to cause aggression. Dogs who find human contact pleasurable have higher tolerance thresholds. The 4 sociability tests are perhaps the most important part of any shelter dog temperament test. The procedures for the sociability section are quite gentle and rarely expose overt signs of aggression, but its value in giving the tester the ability to observe and assess a dog's innate friendliness and risks for aggression is unparalleled. Knowing what subtle signs to look for and what subtle bits of body language are missing in a dog gives the tester or dog trainer a huge amount of information about the dog and his relationship with his current or future owner. The 4 sociability tests. 1. Stand and ignore for 60 seconds. 2. 3 backstrokes. 3. Sit in a chair. 4. 20 seconds of affection. 1. During stand and ignore, the tester brings the dog out of his kennel to a quiet indoor room, allows the dog approximately 4 feet of slack, and ignores the dog while timing 60 seconds. 2. After 60 seconds, the tester gathers up more leash, and while the dog is standing in profile, not frontal, the tester strokes the dog from the base of the neck to the base of the tail in a firm and pleasurable way. 3. Then the tester sits in a chair and counts backwards from 5. The tester should still be ignoring the dog. 4. Remaining seated, the tester finally initiates sociable contact with the dog, calling, cajoling the dog over, smiling, sweet-talking, petting, and stroking. Highly sociable dogs will show sociability on at least 3 out of 4 tests. Moderately sociable dogs will show sociability in at least 2 of the 4 tests. Dogs showing sociability in only 1 of the 4 tests have low sociability. No sociability. These are dogs who show no sociability in any of the 4 tests. These dogs are at greater risk for aggression, and if adopted out, at greater risk of having problem behaviors, as well as a higher risk of getting returned. Sociability can be correctly observed using one simple formula: gentle physical contact lasting 2 seconds or longer. This means that the moment a dog makes any contact with the tester, jumping up, nuzzling, poking, pawing at, etc., start counting. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, etc. Sociable contact will last 2 seconds or longer. For every 2-second block of gentle physical contact, the dog can score a point for sociability. Further definitions of sociability include that the dog should be orienting towards the tester during sociable contact. A dog who faces away from the tester but leans against the tester's legs is not considered sociable. Mounting is not considered gentle physical contact. If the dog makes physical contact and you start counting, but the dog pounces off you, stop counting. In addition to observing true sociability, there are a number of red flag behaviors that are useful to take note of. Red flag behaviors are teeny tiny behaviors that, by themselves, are probably meaningless, but in accumulation or in the context of a minimally sociable or non-sociable dog, can indicate a risky dog. A dog who scores higher on his red flag behaviors than he does sociability is a higher risk for handling and placement than a dog who scores higher on sociability than red flag behaviors. Because assessing dogs and dealing with shelter dogs can be highly charged and emotional work, the importance of observing all the details of behavior, no matter how seemingly insignificant, is critical to being objective. It is critical to save the interpretation or the reasons why you believe a dog may be displaying certain behaviors for later. This is especially difficult when you are already in love with or emotionally attached to a particular dog.